Hi guys, welcome back to Just a Geek in the Garage. Today I want to go over the Wera Tool Check Plus and then the brand new Tool Check Plus 2 that just came out recently. I searched YouTube, I couldn't find a video that kind of compares the two and shows us what the differences are. So I just want to put this out there so you guys can kind of decide which one is, for you. Um, you know, this is the regular Tool Check Plus. This one's been out for quite a while. And the only difference here is that I've added a couple of extra sockets on here. It comes with metric sockets. You can choose an imperial set as well, but I decided to go with the metric since I use that most often, and then I just simply added two extra sockets, a 1/4 inch and a 3/8. And that usually will get me where I need to be as far as SAE sockets. Inside, you basically just flip it up like this right here. You can get access to the bits. Has Torx, security Torx, a few Allens, one slotted, Phillips, and posi drive. So, and then there's a quarter inch adapter for sockets as well. On the top you have their little mini pass through wrench, I should say, a little bit driver, and then an extension. So this is a great little kit to take with you, toss in your bag, little projects that you're working on. It gets you, most of the way for most projects that you're doing. And then so the Tool Check Plus 2 came out, and I was looking at it again. Like I said, I couldn't really find much about it online as far as the differences. But now that I have it and I've been looking at it, the differences are somewhat minimal, but they could be important depending on what you're doing. So it appears that the bit driver, the ratchets, and the extension are pretty much identical. The sockets appear to be identical as well. They did add this feature, which is kind of cool, even though I never really had a problem with this one, where you can lock or unlock this so it can move. So there you go, it's unlocked now. This one kind of just clicks into place, but again, never really had a problem. But I guess it's kind of nice just locking it so that way if it's moving around somewhere, it's not going to unlock on you by accident. One thing that has always bothered me about the Tool Check Plus is, while I understand why they do it, they give you a bunch of for example, Phillips number twos. What I would rather is, I understand that they do that just in case you break them, lose them, or what have you, but I would prefer they put a more variety of bits and just have one of each bit like most other bit sets do, versus doing something like that. For example, the other thing that also kind of bothers me is they have regular Torx and security Torx. Security Torx will fit in a regular Torx fastener. Yes, I understand that at the end of the day it might not be as strong because it has the hole in there, but with something like this bit set, you're probably not working on something that's going to require a lot of torque. I would rather they basically put a lot more Allens in here, because I tend to use more Allens than I use Torx personally. And same thing, just not doubling up on bits when you don't have to. So the real difference that I found is that it's the tools are the same, the sockets are the same, the case is close to the same outside of that one lock feature, but the real difference is going to be the bit selection that comes in here. And the only thing they really changed is they got rid of the posi drive and they added square instead. For me, I rarely ever encounter a square or a Robertson fastener. It's nice that they included it, but honestly, what I would have preferred they would have done is something like, again, only include the security Torx, get rid of the regular Torx, and then maybe add a lot more Allens, especially smaller Allens. I tend to use the like 1.5, 2, and 2 millimeter quite a bit on the projects that I work on. So I think that would have been more useful. So something like this, while it's still one of the best socket / bit sets out there, I'm not sure if it's really worth the money, because these things run, depending on where you buy them, anywhere from probably like $80-$90 up to like maybe $120. So pretty expensive. And I'm probably gonna do a separate video of kind of like a battle of the socket / bit sets. Maybe put it up against the new the Icon meme tool that people both love and hate depending on who you ask. against the Craftsman set, against the Max set, and then there's a set that I actually really like that is about half the price of this one. I mean, it's definitely, they're kind of copying them. Just when you look at it, you can immediately see that, yeah, they're definitely copying them. It's called Toolant. It includes very similar, ratchet, although this one is a flex head, which is nice. It's not a pass-through. It has a bit driver, has, a bunch of different bits, and with this one, it does not repeat, so it does have a lot more Allens, which I like. And then you get both the metric and SAE version, and again, for half the price, the quality seems to be pretty good. And again, when you're working on these small type fasteners, usually you're not putting a bunch of torque on it anyway. So I'll do a comparison on all of those here soon. But in the meantime, I just wanted to get out what the difference is between the Tool Check Plus 2 versus 1. Again, only real difference is going to be the lock on the side, and includes the Robertson or square bits, and does not include the posi drive bits. And it also has these nice labels. But I believe that later versions of the Tool Check Plus had those labels as well. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments if that was the case or not. So, tell me what you guys think. Do you think it's worth it to get this one? I would say only get this one if you don't have this one, just because the differences are minimal. And, especially if you don't use square Robertson bits, I don't think it's worth it to upgrade to this one, because outside of those Robertson bits and the lock, it's it's the same set here. So if you can pick this up, especially at a discount, I would go ahead and do that. With that, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe.